Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's Hearthstone Ranked time. Okay, we're on Ranked. So we're going to play Ranked. We're at 16, I believe we're on a win streak. We're going to see if we can keep advancing our rank. Now here's going to be something, it's a matter for contention. I recently had the opportunity to craft a legendary, because I got my third Antonidas. It was a gold Antonidas, so at least this one was worth any legendary of my choice. It was like, yay, golden legend! What do you mean it's the same as every other legend I have ever gotten in a pack, and it's also class-based? Like, ah! Anyway. So, get rid of expensive, and not a creature. Keep power words, that's good. Come on, creatures. Low-cost creatures. Yay, okay. So yeah, I had the opportunity to craft any legendary I wanted. I already had Ragnaros. Can't play with more than one copy of a legendary in your deck, so that was out. Used to be I was going to make Sylvanas, but she got nerfed, and she's still good. I don't think there's any real problem with the nerf, but it does make her less desirable as a #1 top choice for out of every legend. Which one do you want? Take Sylvanas. It's not as automatic anymore. In fact, I'd probably rather have the Black Knight, who now costs the same as a 4/5 instead of a 5/5, but he just immediately destroys a creature with taunt, rather than relying on a death rattle to steal something which is either beat up from killing Sylvanas, or would, you know, there's a lot of ways that your opponent can get around that. This is a little unpleasant. I'm going to play my Amani Berserker. I think he's probably going to die. In fact, as soon as I did that, I'm like, that's stupid. Why wouldn't I just take damage for one turn and then play him with the Power Word Shield? Because he would probably still die, but at least I would draw a card. Now he's going to die for no reason. Yeah. This person has played a lot of games as Mage, I think. There's a lot of gold cards coming out there. Okay. So this is not good. I'm going to take a lot of damage before I can Holy Nova. I suppose we're going to Power Word him. Alright, keep him alive. Shadow Madness. That will be useful, but not quite yet. Kill one of those. Heal myself. I mean, I haven't lost that much stuff yet, but it's clear my opponent had a very good start, and I had quite an average start. Which is much slower than a crazy mage start. Anyway, craft any legendary I wanted. The Black Knight, very tempting. I don't really need another big finisher one. With Ragnaros, I'm pretty happy with that. I'd rather have something that's more medium-sized, like that's just going to be good in as many places as possible, right? So when I pretty much narrowed it down to, like, I don't like the now I can't remember the name, the mental block. I'll remember it as soon as I'm done the video. But the dragon who draws you dream cards, not my favorite. But I'm trying to think if I can steal her and use her ability, like Shadow Madness her, use her ability to cast some spells. But I don't have enough mana. I'd be able to interfire something, which doesn't help much. I really need this to be dead so that I could Shadow Madness and take out the other ones. But it looks like it's more going to be, I'm going to Holy Nova next turn. I'm going to take a lot of beatings in the meantime, but I am going to Thought Steal. Ah, I will not even take as many beatings as in the meantime. Fantastic. That's good, because I was thinking I'd have enough mana left to heal myself, and I don't. So it came down for me to, I could make the Black Knight or Leroy Jenkins. You know, like so many things when you're new to the game, I looked at that and thought, that's a stupid card. It gives them, you get a 6/2 with charge, but it gives the opponent 2 2/2s, 2 1/1s, so they can just kill them. Like, why would you even... But of course, not only might you have cards in your hand that would help mitigate those 1/1s, or just things, weenies of your own to kill them with, but much more importantly... Hold on a sec. Do I... This, unfortunately, killing the sheep messed up. If she hadn't killed the sheep, I would steal her and use her to kill that, which would and save my Holy Nova. But this is in the way, and I can't even steal an attack with it because it has 0 attack, so I guess I'm going to Holy Nova. So yeah, Leroy, you give them the 1/1s, and yeah, you might have some way to mitigate the 1/1s, but even if you don't, he's still, unless they have ways to combo off and take more advantage of the 1/1s, like they have ways to buff them or something. Basically, Leroy Jenkins is a fireball. He's a neutral fireball. Or if you're mage, he's a third fireball. He's pretty fantastic. So, I ended up taking Leroy Jenkins, which is fine and everything. But he's not in this deck. He's in I took him because he's in basically every other deck. He's so good. But this deck it's not trying to rush down the opponent. It's trying to grind them and control them, and he doesn't interact as well with my other stuff. So here's the question: would it be worth putting him in this deck? Now the other question is, I think I have to Shadow Word Pain that thing. It's too dangerous. It will just keep getting bigger, and pretty soon it will get big enough I can't Shadow Word Pain it. So I guess we'll do that and then heal myself. Since I don't have a lot of other permanents I can put out. Permanents being the old Magic the Gathering turn for stuff that stays in play. Permanent. Okay. Now let's see. Shadow Madness, not too helpful when my opponent has so few creatures up, but I can just like Frost Nova or Frostbolt this. But I want to do something like double this guy's toughness and then attack that. I think not. Maybe if I had a power word, that would be tempting, but I don't. So, yeah, I think my exciting turn is going to be Frostbolt this and attack my opponent. And heal.
Who you want me kill?
The advantage to this is this will be alive, so that hopefully next turn I can Shadow Madness and use it to kill or at least freeze something else. This is because of its ability. If I Shadow Madness this and freeze something else, and as long as this dies, that'll be okay. Whereas normally I only want to Shadow Madness if both things will die.
We must cleanse the sun well.
So I have enough mana, I could Shadow Madness both of them into him. Now I'm using 2 cards to kill 3, but that's actually kind of sweet. You know what, that's so funny I think I have to. Although it's tempting to Shadow Madness this, play the Northshire Cleric, heal this so I draw a card, and then kill it against the Yeti, which would freeze the Yeti, but the double Shadow Madness would solve more problems because my opponent would have nothing in play. So we're going to do that. I mean, I could have also waited to a later... I could have done the healing thing and then waited to a later turn, but I don't know. I'll say one thing, this guy's ability is preventing the mage from trying to wear it down with Fire Blast. Cough. There's a bunch of... Like, this deck, it's so hard to fit more things in a 30-card deck. I really want this deck to have some kind of silence, which it doesn't. I have nothing to silence in here. I tend to prefer the creatures for silence. The 0-cost silence card is kind of tempting because it's 0 cost. It's a little bit like 0-cost removal, but it's still sort of a weak card to draw later in the game a lot of the time. How do I deal with this? It's pretty annoying because everything kills this. I don't have any way to trigger this guy off, basically. If I Divine Spirit him and hit it, then he survives, but he'd be at 2 toughness. Then I could heal him and draw a card. Okay, this is starting to look like a plan. I think this is what I gotta do. Although it doesn't kill this, which is bad. I don't have any way to do that 1 damage. Next turn I could mind control it, but I don't want to sit around and wait for that. Shatterword Pain. Nope, that doesn't help. So right now these two trade, which is not ideal, but it'd be much worse if this one could still kill him without anything. Speaking of much worse, I should have been thinking of that. I probably shouldn't have played that thing. And of course, she's not going to play anything better for me to mind control either. Okay, we can do that. I could have interfired it, but then it will definitely draw removal, and if it might get polymorphed anyway, in which case I'd be losing my interfire. So he gets to do that, and hopefully she'll play another creature that'd be worth stealing. That's not worth stealing. No, you don't understand my plan. You're doing it wrong. Shadowword Death. Also not useful. Person's probably designed her deck to not trigger Shadowword Death. Just because you can.
I wonder.
If I could mind control, like, when mind controlling a creature as weak as this, I feel like I should be able to do a bunch of other stuff, and I can't really. The healing just doesn't even get it up to a decent point. It's overall a pretty sad state of affairs.
I wonder.
If I steal this, then yeah, I have this fine, but I wanted to also be able to heal this, Shadowword this, and then kill the other person. This is just not a great situation. Heal this and interfire it. He's not big enough to do anything. If I mind control this, I'm going to regret it. But on the other hand, I do have both Shadow Words to back me up.
My magic will tear you apart.
Oh, I forgot to squelch you? What am I doing? I mean, it is a 4/5 taunt. It does sort of protect me, but it just, this plus Fire Blast will kill it, assuming nothing else does. I would also feel less bad about that if I had 2 mind controls, but I don't. I only play with 1. Starting to need another Holy Nova. Should I have just waited 1 turn, because something better was probably going to come up, but I would have taken quite a beating. That's a no-brainer. I now have the combo, so that's a good thing, but take a beating here. I've also used both my Ray of Commands. I've also used both my Shadow Madness. This would be a great Shadow Madness. Steal this, kill that, take the Death Rattle. That's what it's for, but she's pretty safe right now. Is there any point to Shadowword painting that guy? I think probably stupid, but I'm going to save it. My logic is using it on this doesn't actually reduce the amount of damage incoming, so I might as well save it until there's something even more dangerous. That's not good. Secret, that is also not good. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm going down, mostly. Really? That's what you give me?
Is someone injured?
I kind of have to buff her up in order to survive, but then I don't have the combo anymore at all. Be like interfiring a Mogushan. If Mogushan would live long enough to attack, never had that option, so I never thought about it. Divine Spirit this, it's a 1/6.
I must consider.
Which still dies pretty easily to that stuff. But if I do the whole thing on it, it's a 6/6, which is also pretty easy to kill. I don't know. I'm running out of options here. I know this doesn't proc hard. I'm aware of that. In fact, I should have healed that. Yeah, that was a missed opportunity. So it's just going to get polymorphed or something now, but I don't know what else I can do. Again, my logic is this won't reduce the damage incoming at all. Let him think that this will survive, and then I can still do it after. It'll be the same effect. Unless I need that mana. Nope, it doesn't matter. Bye-bye winning streak. There's a good chance that like a solid mage is just like a bad matchup for the Space Pope here. I don't know. Other things I don't know. Again, should I find some way to put Leroy Jenkins in here? He's pretty strong. It is like a fireball. Use it to finish off an opponent. It's another way to kill a big creature. Doesn't care if the creature has 4 attack or not. So that's the thing. I don't know. Again, he's in like every other deck I have, which is why I crafted him. If this was the only deck I cared about, then I probably would have made the Black Knight. What other legends would you recommend?
So shall be mine.
There are lots of good ones. Again, I'm not as big a fan of the Dream Dragon, simply because she costs 9. Not only does she cost 9, but she also doesn't exactly crush your opponent. I mean, she's pretty rough. Like she's a 4/9 or whatever it is. Like she's got enough attack to kill most things, and enough toughness to survive 2 things, unless they're huge. So she's good and all, but I'd rather have a good, cheaper thing than a good, super expensive one. Okay, that's annoying since I can't Shadow Word paint it. Like my lack of coin is making everything kind of annoying. Ugh. I'm going to take a beating, or in this case, a whooping. Yeah, I should rejoice at that, but I don't actually have a Shadow Word Death in my hand. If I draw one, it'd be nice. Nope. This is incredibly bad. There's nothing I can really do about that this early in the game. I need to draw a Shadow Word Death. Whereas if I had Leroy, I could draw a Shadow Word Death or a Leroy Jenkins. I'm still going to be at a severe disadvantage, though, after the beating she's delivered. Wow, guy had both Soulfires and her in his hand. I haven't tried it out yet, but I have a theory. If you play all the discard from your hand stuff, then it works out being less of a disadvantage instead of more. Holy stalling measures. Because the idea is that once you have no cards in your hand, once you're just drawing 2 cards a turn and that's it, as a Warlock, there's no longer any disadvantage to them. Other than you want to use them right away. I really wish that his other creature was big enough to kill her. Ah, this is not good. At all. I wish I had enough mana to do this and Shadow Word the Croc. Or do this and Divine Spirit him. But I don't. So I'm just throwing away all of my creatures, all my things I need to kill my opponent with. Just to cling to life. Not good at all.
Must cleanse the Sunwell.
Hooray! That's even worse. Now I could Shadow Word her and not quite kill this because she increased the toughness. Ugh. This is really, really bad. I can't Shadow Madness and play this. I don't have a lot of options for what I can do about this. It was too big, too fast with the coin. Stupid frickin' coin. Shadow Madness, have these 2 kill each other, and then heal for 2. I'm still dead in probably 2 turns. Because he can do other stuff. Holy Nova, which would heal me for 2 and kill her and do nothing really. It would just soften these up. Although the following turn I could steal this and kill her. I can't even do this and heal myself. This might be what I have to do, because it would allow me to Shadow Madness and kill that. It means I have a way to kill her next turn without relying on randomness. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. What a load of crap. Oh my god. You can just keep drawing 2 cards a turn. There's like nothing I can do. I'm going to be so low if I manage to solve this problem. It's not even work. Oh, that's good. At least I get something for killing her now. But, not really great. I'm probably dead next turn anyway. One of my favorite Shadow Madness wins. That's an amazing use of Shadow Madness. That card did so much, but it took so long to get to that point. I'd love to heal myself, but my only chance is if he can't kill me this turn, then maybe I can recover. I'm guessing he's going to buff this with a Power Overwhelming and then just do anything else and kill me. Although he's used both his Soul Fires. There's also not helping. Okay. Shadow Word Death. There you are. I needed you a long time ago, but I did what I had to do. Shadow Word Death you. Now, do I Shadow Word Pain this, or do I just trade for it? I think I'm just going to trade for it, honestly. I need that. I need to heal myself. There's too many things that he can do that would just flat out kill me. You're not getting a medic for a long time, buddy. Unless there is directly something in play that you need more health to survive, it's not going to happen, because I need more health to survive. Now, if he plays a Doom Guard, I would survive that with 1 hit point. That's unfortunate. No, Shadow Bolt can only damage minions. That's why I wasn't as worried about that, but still not good. Now I can Mind Control. But what am I going to do? Mind Control and Ooze? No. Shadow Word Pain.
Job's done.
And I've got to hope that either I draw something good next turn, which I've used a lot of my creatures. A lot of the Mogushans would be like the best thing, and I've used them all. So I've got to hope that either I draw a creature or that he plays a large creature that doesn't do something when it comes into play. Like a Pit Lord would be good. Play like a 5/6 that does 5 damage to yourself, and then I will steal it, and I'll be happy. I think that's Pit Lord. I don't remember what it's called.
Sorrow.
That'll do! Thank you so much. That is exactly what I needed you to do. Trying to got some other card for 1 mana he's trying to think of. I don't know what it is. Again, he's already used both Warlock 0 mana cards. What is the logic process here? Are you squelched? No, you should be. Much better. I'm still in a bad place, but priests are crazy. It's now not impossible that I could recover and win, which is why priests are obnoxious. I'm still not getting my hopes up too much, though. A lot can go wrong with this plan. Ow. That was one of the better Mad Bombers in history. I mean, not in terms of what it accomplished, but just in terms of randomness going where you want it to. Oh, that's no good. If I draw another Divine Spirit, then I can just win. Nope, that's not it. Because if I had another Divine Spirit, I could heal him, be 5 toughness, 10, 20, attack for 20. Because priests are bullshit. That is not the case. So, do I waste the Holy... This guy's going to die. I could do 6 damage to my opponent first, and then Holy Nova. Or I could just kill this thing, save my Holy Nova, play the... I think I'm going to save the Holy Nova. I'm still on the back foot here. I can't... Offense is not my concern. Maybe it should be, but it's not my concern as much as surviving is. I'm going to play the Twilight Drake. Not the world's greatest Twilight Drake, but I'll take it. Heal myself, which is only undoing what the Mad Bomber did. Yeah, not as good in the late game. Still pretty okay, though. He's drawing a lot of cards. There's no reason for him not to. So one of those cards ought to help him win. Now he can Mortal Coil. Damn it. I think saving that Holy Nova was good, though. I don't... Doing 6 damage to him would be nice. He'd be low now, but it's less important than being able to Holy Nova these guys, who are both immune to Shadow Madness right now. Can't target yet. So, yeah. I don't have a choice. They do enough damage to kill me. I can't complain. It's not like that was a bad use of Holy Nova. But at this point, everything is precarious. So precarious. He's drawing 2 cards a turn to try and finish me off. I can't mind control that because I don't have any left. Ragnaros would be a good draw. No. Now, any creature I have could go Super Saiyan and obliterate him more than is needed, but that's not actually what is needed right now. Tempted to power word his guy to draw a card. I think I'm going to do that. I'm not using any of my mana this turn. I don't think him having 2 more health will mess me up. Maybe it will. Ragnaros. I'm so glad I did that, although this guy would survive 1 Ragnaros, which would be annoying. Ah, making things interesting. He can hit me for easily 4. If he has a 1 power overwhelming, he can hit me for 8, in which case anything else will kill me. If he had 2 power overwhelmings, he could wipe me out. Ah! They both had spell power. Oh no, that's a double. What happens to the stars? Kill us both. Nothing. Okay, well that was a pretty damn interesting game. I'll give you that. Didn't go how I wanted, but I think the audience wins in that particular case. So we'll see how much better I can do next time. If you enjoyed this, please activate the like button. And don't forget to subscribe to Demonac Games for more Hearthstone Arena and other gaming videos.